All right, let me read this real quick. Let me read this. Oops. Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so he took like a car. He took like a car that he had gotten for his daughter for her birthday, from what I'm to believe, and he basically took the car back from her. Let me see. Okay, so it says, who gives their daughter a car? Take it back. On top of that, give her a color she don't even like because you not father enough to remember the little ish about your daughter. And I'm guessing that's the mother. And don't want me. It says own daughter. Nigga took the car back just cause I left from ATL to help my mom, who damn near lost her life in a car wreck. But that's y'all favorite rapper though. I can really run it how he be. Nigga don't want me to air it out. Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
I don't wanna hit it, ain't that still your daddy? What do they? Ain't my daddy, he's a bitch, pure bitch. That's not in my blood, never been. No hoe ever beat me up. Yeah, nothing, no.
Why are you talking like that about your daddy? That's still your daddy at the end of the day. Why are you talking like that towards your daddy though? Like that's, I don't care how like kids and their parents, like it doesn't matter how much of a quarrel it is. I can only imagine that this girl is like maybe 18, maybe 17, 18, 19 years old. But it's like you don't ever fix your face to talk to your parents or talk to your father or talk to your mother that ludicrous to even say the least. To call Boosie your father, the B word. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you can just tell that Boosie is somebody who takes care of all of his kids, no matter what. Damn.
No hoe never knocked me out. Yeah, none of that. Yeah, don't. Ain't nobody ever beat me up. Yeah, let's talk about it. Then one thing I ain't finna do is finna I don't even Instagram beefing with about to be 40 or something like that, cause he lied about his age so much.
It's crazy. It just sound like the mother of the child is like really in her ear about things. That makes me point back to how it is with when you're co-parenting a child. Most times it's a situation where the father has left, or the father is not in the life of the child. The mother does everything they can to badmouth. It doesn't even have to be a thing like a father. It can also be the mother taking care of the child by herself is a common thing in our community. Father taking care of child, not so much, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not as well something that happens. But for the most part, it's the woman taking care of the mom taking care of, and the father, stepping away and not being there for the child that they produced with the woman. It does always get to this point of you did me wrong in being with me for however long you were with me, and then bailing on me when I had a child. And then it produces this angst of hatred that you pass down to the child. And then even if the father is doing everything he can to see the child, or the mother is doing everything she can to see the child, the amount of hatred the one parent who has been taking care of the child since they were born has against that other person goes to the kid, and then the kid starts bad mouthing you, talking mess to you, publicly airing you out, so on and so forth. And sometimes it could be for good reason, because they needed you at a certain point. They needed you, that love that they couldn't get from the other parent. They needed that attention. At the end of the day, this is all for attention. This is all to seek validation, and then money is involved here. This is another thing. Boosie is famous. Money is involved here. Famous rapper. Get her. Boosie, I'm sure, gets that daughter of his anything she wants, and it's just like, now you look hella ungrateful. This is how I'm psychoanalyzing the situation. She looks ungrateful. It is what it is right now. So right here, what does it say? It said nigga wanted me to ride around in a old bubblegum ass car and got mad because I changed it. B, it ain't my fault you got homo. He got you a pink colored car because you're a girl. He thought you would like the color. Crazy. And then you go and change it. That's just it's absolute insanity. You can't just accept the gift that I gave you as your father. Like any teenager, any young adult, any young teenager being gifted a Benz would be in love with it. Like any female, like young female, would be in love with the fact that their father got them a Benz at all. Like forget about the color, like a Benz at all. Like come on, like bruh. I'm grateful. Okay, and then she says here, and that's not my daddy. He don't deserve the title. You a fan or support him? GTF, off my page. I don't F around. Every time I try to give this nigga the benefit of the doubt or give him a chance to be a dad, he F's it up. So yeah, that's no longer my dad. All of that ish dead. Don't label me as no Boosie daughter. At the same time, and then it's the fact that she going rah rah on this on social media to me is just kind of like come on, bro. I don't care about all of that. You need to post this. You don't need to post this. People want to see you down. Woo the woo. Oh, she's trying to say whoop de woo. None of that phased me because okay, yes, I'm mad because that was my car, but it's the fact nigga's supposed to be a father, but nigga never had a father to be one. So IG, I understand, but still don't front on social media or to people like you're the father of the year because you not. It's nigga with no money and a better father than you. So she's kind of coming into understanding, but still, it's still coming off as like, I get what y'all are saying, but I still don't give a damn. Y'all don't know how he's treated me as his daughter, and I get that there's two sides. There's two sides to every story. There are things that we don't know about this daughter of his that we more than likely see that most of the public would see from his other kids. So it's like, there's two sides to every story, man. Man, she's really saying a lot, man. She's really expressing herself. It says, don't HOE run in my blood. My mama blood run all through me. Like, she damn near made me herself. Torrance just a sperm donor that ain't my father. Don't act like one never did. Only acted like one when he knew props was going to be given or just for social media. Old social media loving ass. I hate niggas. Damn. I was never big on him having money. Not the way you acted. I don't know. If perception is the definition of what we're analyzing here, I don't know right now. It says I was never big on him having she misspelled, but I get it. I was never big on him having money or material ish. So him being a loss is nothing to me. He been a B and gonna stay a B. Really mad at myself for giving him another chance to be a dad. He a hoe and gonna stay a hoe. And that's why he'll never be labeled as my father, because don't know hoe run in my blood. F wrong. That's crazy, man. And hate to see stuff. You hate to see stuff like this, man. And nigga give his B the world and can't even support his own kids. Old tender. Wow, she rich. Can't even support his own kids. Old tender D, loving, stunting for the gram ass nigga. I could really air buku ish out, but I'm gonna be humble. I think she was trying to say Boosie ish out, but I'm gonna be humble. before I tarnish a nigga career. Damn. Wow. I would understand if Boosie just said, I'm never gonna talk to her. I'm never gonna talk to my daughter again, man. It's crazy. It just sounds like she's selfish and hard-headed here. That was the last post. I'm blessed and gonna stay blessed. I ain't Boosie daughter. I'm God's child. And then she quotes, let me see if I can like zoom in on that a little bit so I can see. She's quoting, let me see here. See if I can, that's Deuteronomy, is that 29? Deuteronomy 29:7, because I can't see it from here, so let me just look up that Bible verse that she quoted. Deuteronomy 28:7. That's what it says right there. You know, when people quote Bible verses, it's just after you like for real just got through just like dragging your father. It's crazy. Okay. Deuteronomy 28:7 says, "The Lord shall cause the enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways." After all of that, you go and quote a Bible verse. I don't know, man. Quoting a Bible verse is crazy. Reason being, just you know, I'm not here to step on this young lady, but quoting a Bible verse is crazy because in that same exact Bible that you quoted a Bible verse, there's also a commandment that says you should honor thy mother and thy father. It's very conflicting when you're quoting a Bible verse and you're breaking a law in the Bible. You know, these two are canceling out each other. The Bible verse and the commandment is canceling out each other. So it's an oxymoron at the end of the day. But we continue. Now we're gonna go to Boosie's response, because you know Boosie is always gonna talk his talk, man.
A child who disrespect her father, like not a daddy, her father.
I mean, I think a father and a daddy are the same thing. But continue.
She got to deal with God for that.
Yeah, man.
I done wash my hands.
Like
I done wash my hands with him. Can't get nothing from me.
Damn, 7. So he got 8 kids. God, dang, man. You gotta love kids. A hell of a lot of kids, man. Goodness. That made me scared, man. Scared to have my first child, bro. Yeah, this man is at a loss for words right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I feel him. I'm sure he's just I'm sure he's just like, in a sort of way, just disappointed. You know, in a sort of way, he's just disappointed in one of his kids. You know what I mean? But I'm sure this will blow over. I feel like the whole thing between him and his daughter will blow over. You know, it's just a show for attention. You know, whether or not she wants to admit that. That's what it is. And then of course, you know, Boosie as a man, you know, he has an image. He has an image to protect. And also at the same time, just like as a man, it's like it's a respect thing. You know, like I demand respect from you as a child, because you know I'm your father, regardless of however whatever. At the end of the day, mothers and fathers make up with their children all the time. So it's like, it's not exactly in the situation or vein of like 50 Cent and his that one child that his one son that he and him don't have a good relationship at all, you know. But it just seems in that kind of vein a little bit. But you know, they seem to have like been close to each other at some point, and now I feel like it's a blow over, man. It'll blow over. Yeah, he just looks disappointed. Lost for words, man.
I ain't tripping. I know it's no truth in none of that. I'm a deadbeat.
Crazy.
A she.
I mean, but celebrities kids be wildin'.
Not me.
Celebrities kids just be wildin'.
I wasn't a deadbeat on Father's Day.
Rappers
on my day, never been a deadbeat. I was trying to raise that girl. Right? I had that girl going to private schools in Alpharetta. Straight A's.
No glazing at all.
She had
bro.
white friends.
Just off of perception.
A mama is a powerful bro.
Yeah, see?
A mama, boy. With evil in them.
That's usually how it goes. The parent that they've been with the most is who they gonna go with. That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. Listen, I was raised in a single parent household. It's not like for a lot of times my dad wasn't in my life. One thing about it is my mother never actually like talked bad about him. She did say yes, he did have his faults. He did have, there was a time, there are things that he did that, I wish he didn't do. We could have really been a family and everything like that. But, things happen and people change. It is what it is. It happened how it happened, and even with all that happening, this is how you know God is moving. God was always with my mom, and God was always with me, and He was always with both of us. Like my mother never really took the time to really down him in my ear and say, "Oh, he's a terrible human being. Oh, this, that, and the third. Oh, he's your father is this, your father is that." No, she never really did that. Even when he didn't like come and see me. He didn't like reach out to call me or anything like that. She never talked bad about him. She never talked bad about him, and that's how you know God is. God was always in control of my mom. Like God was always with my mom. God was always with my mom. Of course, I had my moments when I was mad at him. I didn't. It was like an on and off thing with me and my dad. So I can totally understand this whole entire situation, except for the fact that it's the way it's different is that my dad wasn't no millionaire or anything like that, and Boosie is a famous rapper, multiple kids. My multiple children by different. I don't really want to put his business out there, but that just a pale in comparison with the two. So, but I totally understand the side of Boosie as a father and the side of the daughter. People say things when they're absolutely positively angry, pissed, whatever you want to call it. So it's just I understand on both sides, even though I'm not a father at all. But I can look through the lens of a father through friends and in different situations, including my situation.
I'm gonna pray for him. Bro. That's one thing I am. I'm a father.
Yeah, he's definitely hurt. He's for sure hurt. Definitely hurt. There's only so much you can do. She young. I feel like I said, I feel like I'm but he really looks hurt. Probably high and tired as well. But besides the point, hopefully they reconcile and just get over from that. Obviously the internet is gonna always never let you forget that. Hey, you did argue with your daughter online and everything like that. So on to the next, bro. Let me see here.